Welcome back to Hoops Lounge for the show that hits hard like anyone guarding Jeremy Lin. My name is Marc Griffin, a.k.a. Montreal Mark. I'm joined by Phil Boileau, Sporting Phil, and Justin Rowan, who's noticeably not happy with what I just said. we're all wearing, I got the Lakers on, Phil's got the Celtics, and Justin's got the old school Raptors. And we're going to talk about our NBA season awards. We're going to go quickly through all this, and I'll start with a very easy one. Phil, who's your Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year, I'm actually going for Stotts, Terry Stotts. I think as much as I want to give it to any of the bigger guys, I think coaching is what you do with a smaller group and making it maximize, so I have to go Stotts that way.
At the beginning of the season, you predicted Fred Hoiberg, Phil. Justin, Coach of the Year.
Man, we're not going with David Blatt. I'm actually surprised you went Stotts, Phil. I'm going with Stotts as well. I think he's done the most with that team. Tyronn Lue and Steve Kerr have only coached half the season, so in my eyes, you got to go with Stotts.
I'm going Rick Carlisle for the same reason you guys got Stotts. No one predicted anything from this team. Bottom of the basement, they got sixth in the West.
We're not good at basketball. 37-year-old dirt and a bunch of scrubs. Give me a break. Okay, I actually picked, by the way, I picked Alvin Gentry start of the season. Full disclosure, really bad. MVP, Justin.
Steph Curry.
Phil.
I hate to say it, but I'm agreeing. Steph Curry's just that good.
Yeah, you know what the crazy thing about, I have Steph too, no one predicted this. No one saw him keep growing. Anyways, moving on. Most improved, Phil.
Most improved, that's going to be C.J. McCollum in my mind, just because he turned from a nothing to an all-star, and that matters.
You had Jabari Parker start the year. Justin.
Good Lord. I don't think we've ever agreed this much before, ever, in our entire times knowing each other. I'm also going with McCollum. I hate people that say Steph Curry because he was an MVP before, but I'm going with C.J. McCollum.
I also got CJ. I mean, he's averaging 20 games this year, and he had really great sparks last year in the playoffs when he got a few minutes, but he really proved himself. He sustained it over the full year. I had Kenneth Faried to start the year. Yeah. Phil, Rookie of the Year.
Listen, I want to pick Miles Turner so bad, but I would just be pissing people off. It's Karl-Anthony Towns. There's no argument. Jokic and Kristaps maybe a distant second, but no, it's Towns.
You had Emmanuel Mudiay. Justin.
Oh, I know I had Okafor at the beginning of the year. I'm also going with Towns. It's obvious. He's having the best rookie season since LeBron or Duncan, depending on who you ask. I'll say, because the runner-up will be interesting, I'm going to say it's Jokic, not Porzingis.
Oh, interesting. I had Cat, and I'm going with Cat. I don't need to say anything else. Justin, Executive of the Year.
I'm going to go with Neil Olshey with the Blazers. Even though they did lose 4/5 of their starting lineup over the summer, I think they really repositioned themselves well for the future. They have a lot of picks. They have a lot of cap space. They manage their assets well. I'm going with Olshey.
Phil, your exec?
I'm hating saying this because I don't actually, not actually a big fan of the team, but I'm actually going to say Richard Cho of the Charlotte Hornets. I actually have been,
I like that.
My arm has been twisted, and Justin's made me see the light on this team. He's done a great job with very sneaky picks and sneaky signings.
Phil, you had Masai Ujiri to start the year. That's actually another sneaky pick. I had Robert Canterbury, also known as Buford, who signed Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, David West for pennies on the dollar, Jonathan Simmons from the D-League, Boban from Neverland, Tim Duncan, Matt Bonner, Manu, Kevin Martin, and Andre Miller this year. And they went 40-1 at home. I mean, these guys, unbelievable as always. R.C. Buford, and I had him at the beginning of the year. Defensive Player of the Year, Phil.
I'm giving that to Kawhi Leonard. I think it matters. I think there's a lot of guys up on that list, but I think Kawhi Leonard to me was just the focal point. Like I want to say a lot about Draymond Green and all these guys, but I think Kawhi Leonard as an individual just deserves it. Like if you can pull out the team aspect a bit, it's so close, but I'm giving it to Leonard.
You had DeAndre Jordan this year. Justin.
Oh, good Lord, he had Jordan. I'm going to go also with Kawhi Leonard. Draymond Green is a very worthy candidate as well. In another year, maybe he would have won Defensive Player of the Year. But just like MVP, where you have the best team record, the Spurs have a historically great defense, like the best in this era. And for that reason, I'm going with the best defender on the best defensive team, and that's Kawhi Leonard.
I also picked Kawhi. In the beginning of the year, I said he didn't deserve it last year, but he certainly deserved it this year. I mean, there were moments like where he blocked Kevin Durant, where Melo said, I've never seen guys guard me like this before. The things we were able to do to elite players, point guards, Chris Paul even. I mean, the guy can play the 1 through 4, and the comparisons to Scottie Pippen are worthy. Kawhi's just been amazing on both sides of the court. Final regular season award. Justin, I'll go to you. Sixth man of the year.
I'm going to go with Tristan Thompson. I know the award normally goes to a scorer off the bench, somebody that's averaging like 15 points per game and shooting a terrible percentage like Lou Williams or Jamal Crawford. But Tristan Thompson is part of all the best Cavs lineups. He's been consistent. He's durable, which you want reliability coming from a sixth man. So the fact he's always in the lineup, he's consistently bringing the exact same thing every game, I'm going to go with Thompson.
Phil?
I'm actually going to go with Andre Iguodala on this one. I really want to say Hassan Whiteside, but I don't think he counts.
Nope.
No, but Andre Iguodala, my sneaky other pick would have been Enes Kanter, just because I actually like the production, even though he's Swiss cheese on defense. But Andre Iguodala brings it on both sides, and it was a big part of that historic season.
Phil, your prediction at the beginning of the year was Corey Joseph, which, despite the numbers, had a heck of a season himself. I actually had predicted Dennis Schroeder, who I don't think will get it, but I really like Will Barton. I like what Will was doing in Denver. I mean, he really picked up his game a lot, but not exactly the best team out there, and they typically don't get the award.